Vítejte na letišti Václava Havla Praha.
My name is William Lobkowicz, and we're in the Lobkowicz Palace, and we're honored to be here tonight for the party for Paulo Coelho. And a little bit about where we are. The Lobkowicz Palace was built in the late 1500s, and it's been in our family for a little over 400 years. And we actually lost all of our property twice and got it back twice in the 20th century. First the Nazis took it, and then the communists. And we came back after the Velvet Revolution of 1989. So we've been back in the country for 25, 26 years. And there were restitution laws which were passed, which basically gave the legal framework under which you could apply for your property that had been confiscated by the communists. And we were successful getting our property back, which included about 10 castles and tens of thousands of movable objects, paintings, pictures, furniture that were in all of these castles. So we've spent the last 20 plus years finding the things, getting them back, and then restoring the palaces and making exhibitions for the public. So we've opened all of our collections to the public for the first time. And our work is really around cultural heritage, about making the things available, about living with art, making culture relevant in the 21st century is really what we're about. So we want it to be accessible. We want people to use the buildings as they were used by our ancestors in the past, but also we want to bring student groups, we want to bring scholars, we want people to study the collections because many of them haven't been cataloged before. So it's quite exciting to have these very important historical objects, library, tens of thousands of books, and millions of archival documents, which people are now learning about for the first time. And so they can be connected with Library of Science or archival research around the world, and with all the technologies that we have available today, it's quite exciting that we can make some really wonderful discoveries. Some of the highlights of the collection are great paintings by Peter Bruegel the Elder's haymaking, Canaletto, Velázquez, Cranach, Veronese, Peter Paul Rubens. We have great music collections. We have scores, original scores of Beethoven. Beethoven dedicated 3 symphonies to my ancestor. The 3rd Symphony, the Eroica, the 5th Symphony, and the 6th Symphony, the Pastoral. And one of the great things in our collection that people come to see are the original scores of these symphonies. So we have them upstairs in the museum, and they have original annotations in Beethoven's own hand. So there's some really exciting, wonderful things here. So that's our work. Our life's work is to make them available, to preserve and protect them, and hopefully they will last for another 700 years, but in a 21st century way where we can share them with the world and we can learn from them and be inspired by them. And that's what we do every day.
And I'd like to thank you for your friendship, for being by our side. Most of you came to this party many, many years. And there's nothing more important than faith and friendship. We traveled and it was really a fantastic experience because you are all by yourself, you don't speak the language, and you still can survive, you can do everything you want. In Prague, that made Prague a very emblematic place for us. I went to this church and I prayed and I said, oh my God, I want to be a writer. Please help me to be a writer. When I left the church, it was freezing cold, and there is a street here, a special street that's called Golden Street, the street of the alchemists. They used to make gold there. So Christina and I were there in this totally empty street, and we saw some Soviet soldiers. It was horrible, horrible, horrible sensation. And there was one person, only one. And this person was there drawing the Golden Street. If you go to Golden Street today, you're going to find several people. But at that moment, it was only this person. And then I bought probably $1 or something like this. And the guy was so happy, that he looked into Christina and he said, gratis. And gratis is, I said, oh, gratis is Portuguese. But he was saying that he was going to draw her for free. Because he was happy that I bought this painting, this drawing. So at that moment I have a kind of epiphany. And I said, this is what I should do after the church. So the Golden Street, I said, I have to do things because I believe, because I want, because they are in my heart. And at the end, well, I offered to pay, but he said, no. Then I took two things that I had, that it was cigarettes and a lighter. And I gave to him. And then he hugged me, and I hugged him. And then I managed to find this man using Facebook. So, Ivan, come here and hug me. Yeah.
I met Paulo about 21 years ago in Tarbes, and of course about his books. And so at that time he was not as known as he is now. And one time, on January the 1st, he was with friends, Brazilian friends, and all the restaurants were closed. And so he called me, do you know where I could go with my friends to have dinner? I said, yes, I know, you can go to my home. And so he came, and so we had a nice moment, and we decided to do the same the next year. So the next year, instead of being 6, we were 12. And the next year we were 20. And the next year 30. And for about 10 years we used to organize this meal we called, it was the meal of the world, because there were people from all over the world.
Yes.
And it was a very nice way to begin the year. As I invited him to this meal, he used to invite me to the St. Joseph party for a long time. And I had the great pleasure to meet my wife in 2007 in Puente La Reina in a St. Joseph party. And now we have 2 children.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
And so my wife, now she's French, but she's Russian. And we met in the same party 9 years ago. It was a great pleasure. Thanks to Paulo.
Yeah, more than 20 years ago, I read The Alchemist and was very inspiring. And 5 years ago, 2010, I contacted Paulo Coelho because I am a journalist to make an interview with him. So since that 2010, I started to translate for Paulo Coelho from English to Arabic for social media. And now after 6 years, we are good friends, good brothers. And as he said, it's not what you get, it's what you become. So I become a good at English because I translate for him. And it's a legend, Paulo Coelho. So I met him, and he's my friend and my brother.
My name is Chrisa Thanasopoulou. I come from Greece. I'm a great fan of Paulo Coelho. I just love him. He is the best writer ever. Because when I started read The Alchemist back in 2005, he makes me feel that everything is possible, that every dream is possible to achieve it. He gives through his books a great inspiration to people that to believe that love is everything in the world, is a great force in the world. And if you love, you can achieve everything. I follow Paulo from then. I have read all of his books. I read daily his blog. And I just tell to other people, just read Paulo Coelho.
So the next room is set up for us. I think you know what is coming next, so we're waiting for you. Come with us. Let's go.
I'm Michael Staunton. I'm a doctor, a physician, and my background has been military. I'm very impressed with Paulo because of his great art of communication. He communicates easily with the world and he inspires people. But he inspires them for the right reasons. He inspires them to do good things. And it is, after all, about thought, word, action. And what he personifies is a message to just do exactly the good thing for being the great person that you are. And I thank him for that.
I'm Satjeev Chahal. I'm a Silicon Valley-based innovations and marketing advisor. And I'm proud to say that I'm a great fan of Paulo and a great believer in his thinking. I believe he's a great, great human being who inspires not only me, he inspires people from everywhere in the world in all walks of life. And he's a treasure for all of us. And I'm so happy to be here with amongst his other friends.
Rossini. I'm Italian, I live in London. Over 10 years ago I met Paulo in Germany, and I was there at the World Cup while he's doing a book fair over there, and I became so friendly with him. And since then, every year we travel this wonderful St. Joseph Day, and became a spiritual journey in what we do with him. It's very, very special. So every year I look forward to for next year. And I've been also blessed. Sometimes I bump into him in Cannes, or we go to Dubai film festivals. So it's not just once a year I see him. So it's been more family and deep, friendship. With his daughter's wedding, his niece's wedding as well, and the family, it's been wonderful. And so proud to know him as a friend. So much energy and power been brought to us in our life, and joy through his books and stories. And I hope he can live another 100 years and carry us with him as much as he's doing. I think it's beautiful what he does. Really, really special.
Hi, my name is Carolina Carlson, and I've actually been a fan of Paulo for many years. I was forced to read his book when I was back in high school, and it was my favorite book. It was the only book I ever liked that I had to read. And so I was blessed enough to get to meet him through a personal friend, and so then I ended up here, and it's been an amazing experience. I met so many incredible people, but seeking a personal legend has always been my goal to do, and so I hope to find it one day.